Hello, welcome to Real Talk with Miss Brenda. And today I have two nervous Nellies with me, and I'm so excited because I don't get to put them on the spot much. So, this is Candace, and this is Jennifer. I call Jennifer Keiffer because I don't know, I just do. And so we want to talk a little bit about them. Both of these women are staff members at the center, and they have got a heart that follows after God and follows after the women to teach and to love on them. And they are two examples of what the center can do and the kind of people that we have working at the center. Candace,
Yes, ma'am.
talk to me a little bit and tell me about how did you get to the center? See, it's hard for me. I can remember some, but it's hard for me to even think about them being different than they are. I can never imagine them being who they were when they came in. Their lives are so different. So tell us a little bit about how bad you were.
How bad, how bad I was. I was so bad. I've actually been to the center twice. So the first time I was there was 2012, and I graduated in 2013. And I had a few issues then. It's the first time I ever knew that a relationship with Jesus was personal and accepted him as Lord and Savior. And so when I left there, things got darker than they had ever been. And I think that's because Jesus had gotten a hold of my life, and I had run from that. I just remember thinking how much worse everything was. I didn't wake up one day and say, I just want to go relapse today. I woke up and started caving on little things, like I waited tables on Saturday night. So on Sunday morning, I decided that instead of taking my boys to church, we would just stay home and watch a movie and cook breakfast. Nothing wrong with that, but slowly but surely I started to cave on who I was and what I wanted our family to be about. It wasn't very long before I was involved in the drug game again, and that meant I started using very quickly after that.
What was your drug of choice?
Drug of choice was GHB and methamphetamine.
Oh, God, I bet you were pleasant to be around.
I was not pleasant to be around, and I didn't want anybody to be around me. I wouldn't allow people in my world. I cut everybody off. I had lost my children to their father. I was not communicating with any of my family.
Did you lose your children on that second?
On that second, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I had a judge tell me in court that I would never see them again, and they went home with their dad that day.
Oh my God!
Yes, ma'am. And that should have been my day that I hit my knees and cried out to God. God, save me, redeem me. I know that you're there. It wasn't. It was my excuse to go be a complete idiot, and it got dark, very dark. I traveled from Atlanta. I traveled from Atlanta to Florida to New Orleans and just did whatever I wanted, wherever I wanted.
Yeah, I can't hardly believe this. She is the most pleasant, wonderful person in the world. But she's kind of kooky. I cannot possibly imagine this woman on GHB and meth. I bet you were geeking all the time.
I was paranoid. I didn't trust anybody. And I was just as addicted to the lifestyle of just do whatever you want. I used it as an excuse. I said, I'm just being me. And really, I was being everything but the me I was created to be.
Well, I hope this is you.
This is me. This is me with Jesus. Because without him, it's a terrible story. This is me.
And now you got your kids back.
I do.
And got a house.
Yes, I bought a house next door to my ex-husband. So we parent together, and two of them are grown now. They're 21 and 20. And my youngest will be a senior this year in high school, but it's a different world, but it's our world. God redeemed so many things. That was 7 years. The day I closed on my house was 7 years to the day that I had walked back into the Love Lady Center. That's my number of completion.
What a beautiful story.
God is faithful.
Yeah. And what do you do at the center now?
So I'm a client representative, so I do the one-on-one case management with our clients, and I'm also helping set up all of our programming and our classes, because we don't do cookie cutter at Love Lady Center. We do what do you need and what are you missing.
That is a fact. That's one of the things that I made sure of when we started. I did not want cookie cutter. Our rules are we tailor make things for different people and put them. How many classes do we have?
So we do 6 weeks.
We are so civilized.
We really are.
I mean,
No thanks to us.
no.
We do
God does it.
We do 6 week semesters a year, and that runs about 40 to 60 classes each semester, mainly taught by our volunteers, who are incredible.
Is that not wonderful how he put this together? Everybody thinks I'm so smart, and I don't even know what we got going. I mean, this is wonderful. Okay, now, Jennifer Keiffer, I'm coming at you.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I want you to tell these wonderful people listening all about you. Now, I know yours up close and personal.
You do.
I need to tell you this. When the Love Lady Center takes these people called SRPs, they're people that are in prison, but they only have a little while to go. I help initiate that program, and the first time we did it, I was with the assistant commissioner. DLC probably won't love me telling this, so that's why I'll do it. No, and so what happened is we came up with this program, and he let me just go pick out some women to take out of prison and bring to the center. And I was so excited because that's my mission is to get the women out of Tutwiler or to stop them from going. It was just getting them out, but now I try to stop them from going too, because we're so big. But Jennifer Keiffer was in my first load of the SRP that we went and got.
I was.
Okay, tell us about that.
Well,
Now, why were they trying to send you back?
because
Your foot.
My foot. I went to the emergency room for my foot. Severe case of athlete's foot. That they didn't. It didn't heal properly while I was in prison.
And so I was going to heal it properly. And did they send you back?
They did.
And I was mad.
You were.
I carried on like a maniac. You can't have her, And they said, well, she's ours. I said, well. So talk to us about all that.
Well, they did take me back to prison, and they promised you and myself that they would send me back, but they didn't. They sent me to the work release program instead, but you had promised me a bed. So the day that I EOS'd my sentence, you came in, Love Lady Center came and picked me up from the work release, and I entered the program. And I've actually been to the Love Lady Center about, I'm going to say 6 times.
She was really bad.
We used to have, do you remember the 90-day program we had?
Uh-huh.
So I've graduated the 6-month program. I graduated the 90-day program.
Oh, she's one of the reasons why I changed from 90 days. I saw 90 days isn't going to work. There was a lot of testing for this program.
There was. So I actually started coming in 2007. So I've actually been associated with y'all for 17 years. And I wouldn't have it any different. My problem was feeling like I needed a man in order to complete
Boy,
myself.
you didn't get a good one.
And I was trying to fill that hole that I had with him instead of with Jesus. And I came back in 2014, and I was 3.5 months pregnant. The time I came in between 2007 and 2014, I never stayed too long. I think I was there maybe 30 to 90 days the most. I had an injury to my foot when I came back, where basically my toes were almost amputated. But I came back in 2014, 3.5 months pregnant.
That problem you had with your foot was really the ill care that you had received in Tutwiler all those years that I tried to straighten up when she came the first time. But Jennifer's one of the reasons the program started out being 90 days. Then I went to 6 months, and now we're 9 months to a year. And I tell people you might be here 9 months if you do everything perfect.
Well, are we sure it's 9 months to a year? Because I think I'm going on 10. And I still live at the building.
10 years.
10 years. I came back in 2014.
10-year program.
10-year
Okay,
program.
now I remember telling you some things that made you very angry. What did I say?
You told me that there was no hope for me and that I would never make it. And here I sit today. But it was that push. I didn't get it at first, but it was you telling me that kind of gave me that push to start looking at something other than needing a man.
Statistic-wise, it meant the world view. When you relapse that many times, you will not make it. But I knew that it was going to take something more than just, oh, I love you. That wasn't working for you because I had told you I loved you so many times and it didn't work. And so telling you, you were out to show me. Did you get mad at me?
Absolutely.
Save somebody's life and they get mad at you. I don't like that.
Well, I mean, I was that person, believe it or not, I was that person that woke up in the morning and looked forward to getting high and wanted to get high. That's all I wanted because that's the lifestyle I had been in since coming to Alabama.
Where are you from?
Virginia.
And what was your DOC?
Well, started
That's drug
out,
of choice, sorry.
my main drug of choice ended up being methamphetamines through the needle. Ended up being an IV user, but I started off with weed. I went from weed to cocaine, went from cocaine to pills. I think maybe the only drug I haven't tried is heroin.
You like that speed?
I do. I did.
Yeah.
I mean, I do still. I mean, I still have that problem today. Methamphetamines cause a lot of. I can't even describe. I still paranoia. It's real when you're there. But I mean, you know my story up close and personal. It's I was actually a people pleaser when I was on drugs. I was thinking more of everybody else but me. But God, when I came back in 2014, I remember calling, and Cynthia Dietz answered the phone and called Melinda, and I remember Melinda saying that I wasn't gonna do anything but walk out the door with my significant other. So why did I want to come back? And I told him that I was pregnant, and I came back, and I think God used my daughter to show me the true meaning of love, because you could have told me that you love me, and it like you said, it didn't do anything for me because everybody said it. But I think he used her to show me the true meaning of love and loving without expectation.
You love that little girl, don't you?
I do.
You are an incredible mother, too.
Thank you.
Jennifer is what we call a house mom. She lives at the building because, not because of regulation, but because she is always like 24/7. I mean, she gets off and stuff like that, but we have to have people that we trust being in the building at all times. The first years, I was there all the time. On the weekends, I would rush to Jeff. We had a house in the beach, and I would rush down there to Jeff and just try to keep myself out of trouble with him, because he would want me in Gulf Shores all the time, and I would be so concerned about the center. So I walked a real tightrope trying to keep everybody happy. But Jennifer was, such ability she has, and I would get so sick of watching how smart she is and all the ability she has, watching her go out the door.
Do you remember asking me when I came in your office at one time? Remember Tiffany bringing me, and you asked me where the other half of me was? And I told you it was at the dope house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You, I can remember so much about the message you got in, and you had such a chip on your shoulder. What is that about?
I think it was just protection. I didn't want to let anybody in. I had went through so much when I was in prison. I think the real chip on my shoulder came while I was in prison, and my dad died. And I was a daddy's girl. So,
How long were you in prison?
I did 2 years for my first offense. Never even had a traffic ticket. And then my dad died.
What
and
county were you from?
Calhoun County is where I committed my crime at. And then my
What
dad
was it?
Possession of a forged instrument. I cashed a fake payroll check
Where'd you get the fake payroll check?
from people in Georgia that I was involved with. And see, that's when I really should have known that God was trying to work in my life, because I had charges in Georgia also. When I got picked up, I got arrested in Alabama and extradited to in Georgia, and got extradited to Alabama. I cashed one check here, but I cashed, at the time I got sent to prison, they had found 21 checks. Those 21 checks were totaling about $45,000. And they had put a hold on me while I was in Tutwiler. And when I was in Tutwiler, I met up with what we like to call a jailhouse attorney. And we sent them a paper from the law library there saying that they had to pick me up and charge me within 180 days or drop all charges. And I know it was nothing but God, but all my charges in Georgia got dropped, because I was facing 10 to 99 years just with those 21 checks.
That's a long time.
That's a lot of time.
Especially
that's a
after
different
doing
kind
2
of
years.
eternity.
Yes.
But I cannot tell you how many times I personally have gone in, not for me personally, but gone in with one of our women, and there was absolutely no hope. And I have seen the heart of judges change right before my eyes, and I'm like, did you just do that, Judge? And I mean, so I know God works in the courtroom. And I'm glad you didn't get 10 to 99, but
I'm thankful also.
wow.
Thankful also.
So your dad died while you
ma'am.
were in prison.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you get to go to his funeral?
No, ma'am. I actually didn't even know the jail or prison had actually hung up on my brother when he called to tell him. They actually did not tell me. I found out by calling home, and my sister asked me what had taken me so long to call, because they had called 2 days previous to me calling home. And I told her that I didn't have, nobody had told me to call home, and asked her what was wrong, and she told me over the phone then. And the day that my dad got buried, they called me into the warden's office about going to his funeral. But it's too expensive, especially if you're out of state. You have to pay the officer salaries, you have to fly in handcuffs. So I wouldn't have been able to go.
How were you raised? Was your mother and dad together? or what?
They were. My mom and dad were together. There was a time when my mom wasn't in the picture, because she herself had went to prison. She went to federal prison for 2 years, and I think that started a lot of my chip on the shoulder, and
You were mad at your mom?
I was.
Thank God Judge's never seen you like that. So you lived with your dad, and he was your everything.
He was. Him and my oldest 2 sisters and my brother. There were 6 of us.
Are you close with your family?
No, ma'am.
Have they all gone to jail,
No,
prison?
ma'am.
You're
Just
the only
me.
one.
Yes, ma'am.
You're the black sheep.
I'm the black sheep of the family.
And now you're a little lamb,
I
a little
am.
white lamb.
Yes, ma'am.
Uh-huh. So they're not ready to forgive you.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say they're not ready to forgive. I communicate with my other sisters through, I have one sister here in Alabama that her and I have made up, and we communicate almost on a daily or weekly basis.
That sounds close.
Yeah, to 1 out of the 6. The other ones I communicate with through her. Unfortunately, my mom and I still don't really have a good relationship, but God's still working.
Is she in Alabama?
No, ma'am, she's in Virginia. But God's still working.
We don't give up.
We don't.
Do you want a relationship with them all?
Yeah. I mean, she's my mom.
Have you forgiven her?
Yes.
We teach forgiveness.
It's one of our classes.
It is one of our
One of our
classes.
main classes.
And counseling.
And
Counseling.
counseling. Have you gone through a lot of counseling?
Yes, when I finally opened up to it, yes. I wasn't really open up to counseling when I first
I
came to
bet
the
you
center.
weren't.
No.
Well, how do you feel now working with the girls?
I feel good. I mean, it makes me feel good to be able to, help get a relationship with Jesus, because, I mean, that's what I was missing for so long. I'm not one that shows it, very outwardly or whatever. My relationship is personal or whatever, but I do know today, if it wasn't for the relationship with Jesus, I wouldn't be where I was. And I so want to see all the girls at the center get there. It makes me feel good to see God working all day, every day.
Do you ever feel like there's no hope for one of them?
Honestly, sometimes, yes, ma'am.
Good. I just wanted to make sure. I want, a
But
lot
I
of
don't voice it.
Huh?
But I don't voice it.
Oh,
I
well.
always give them hope.
Okay, well, listen, if we're going to be getting on to me.
Moving on.
No, it was the sixth or seventh time when I
Yes, ma'am.
voiced it and you needed to hear it.
I did.
I'm going to stand on that. You're not going to change my mind. Okay. Candace, tell me about when you were growing up.
So I grew up in a family where I had every opportunity. I went to the best schools. I made great grades.
Are y'all listening to this? You don't know who lives next door to you.
You have no
You
idea.
better be glad we got this center.
You have no idea, and we kept that well hidden in my house. I was raised to be very independent, and so I kind of took off with that a little bit, and didn't.
You got brothers and sisters?
I do. I have an older brother and sister who are just my dad. Well, I don't call them my half brother and sister. I call them my brother and sister. But we all have the same dad, and they are 15 and 16 years older than me. And then I have my baby brother who is 13 months younger than me.
So you're your dad's second family.
Yes, yes.
You and your brother.
Me and my brother, my mom, all at one family unit.
He was making money by the time you were born.
Yes, yes.
I get
He could
it.
afford all the things. So great childhood. Made great grades. Went to a very prominent Christian high school here in Birmingham. And my senior year, I had to. So my dad was always the guy I went to after I couldn't get myself out of the trouble. I wasn't quite as independent as I thought. And I had missed so many days of my senior year of high school that I had to go tell my dad, where he had been paying the tuition, I had not even bothered to show up. I had missed so many days. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I had missed so many days that they.
Well, I'd kill my kid.
Well, I'm sure that my father wanted to, but aren't we grateful he didn't? And I'm here today.
Grateful.
But they were very just did not, I imagine, did not know what to do with me. I had decided that I was grown enough to make my own decisions.
So you
And
didn't graduate?
I did not. I had a 2 less than perfect score on my ACT. I could have gone to Auburn as I had planned. I don't know where I thought I could skip senior year and still go to school. So I did not graduate. And that's where I
That
started.
sounds like a G age. That sounds like a G decision.
It was just and the drugs weren't as heavy then, but they were definitely there. But it was just I didn't want to.
What'd you do in the daytime?
I went and hung out wherever I wanted to go hang out, doing whatever I wanted to do. I would go hang out with my friends at the lake. I would go. Some days I just sat in my car and slept till it was time to go home from school, which is terrible. I've never told my dad that. And we're going to tell him now.
Is your dad still living?
He is. He
Oh,
is. Both my
good.
parents live and can't wait
Dad,
for him.
I'm
I mean, they knew
letting
I
you
wasn't
know
there.
what you got here.
He's very aware. and so growing up that way, it can happen to anybody. Addiction.
Did you go to school some?
Yes, ma'am. I showed up enough that I thought that I was flying under the radar. But once you miss so many days by law, you have to withdraw from that class. So I did, and I ended up getting my GED years later. But I didn't care enough to do anything that I was supposed to do.
Then what happened after school?
So after school, I turned 18 still on juvenile home arrest with an ankle monitor. I stayed at home those days.
Why did you have an ankle monitor?
Because I would not stay at home, and so my parents, after I had been gone for so long, reported me missing, or that had run away. And so once I got caught up in the Jefferson County juvenile system, it wasn't an option. Home arrest it is. My parents didn't have a say. I didn't have a say. Nobody had a say. So I did that until you're not an adult in the state of Alabama when you're 18. So on my 18th birthday, I still had the ankle monitor. It was removed soon after that. And then I met my now ex-husband, the father of my 3 children.
The one you live next door to.
The one I live next door to now. Then I moved in the door, which was, both of us were young, and it was toxic on both sides. God's redeemed his life as well as redeeming mine over the years, but we were not ready to be married or try to raise a family. And we tried. We did. We had three wonderful boys together, and there was some good in it. There was definitely good, but just played at addiction. Didn't realize how much of a hold it had on me until DHR wanted to step in and to be able to keep the kids. That's when I came to the Love Lady Center the first time.
How old were you when you started doing drugs?
The first time I probably tried smoking and drinking I was 11 or 12. Thought I was grown up. I wasn't, but I thought I was. And I was mature for my age in some ways, so I could carry on conversations with older people. I always ran with an older crowd. But I think I was 11 or 12 when I first started drinking. And by high school, I was drinking all the time and doing whatever drug there was here and there. Wow. I know, but look at what the Lord has done.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
That's what I'm telling you. I just can't see it.
Yeah.
Are you making this up?
I'm not making it up. Sadly, it's very
Are you
true.
making this
I'm
up?
not making it up either.
How old were you when you started using drugs?
I started drinking and smoking at 14. I had moved out of my mom's house at that time, moved in with my sister, so had a little bit more freedom there.
I was a Sunday school kid.
I know you were.
Okay.
You were.
She
And
was
I'm
an
glad
angel.
You were. Had you not been, I would have never learned to be.
Yeah.
I was just a grown-up Sunday school.
You know. But now I've done some bad things.
Yes, ma'am, we all have.
But I don't think I've ever skipped school one day in my life.
Oh, I don't recommend it.
Well, no.
I don't.
I used to
No.
be a Sunday school kid.
Huh?
Sunday school kid, vacation Bible school kid.
You were?
Church every Sunday, every
Oh, yeah,
Wednesday.
me too. Me too.
You were?
Yes, ma'am. Every day. And I think I never learned. I grew up in a church atmosphere, and it wasn't their fault. They're wonderful people. I've been back to the church since, but I got the idea that it was all rules, and you have to do this and you have to do that, and I had no idea how personal Jesus was and how he picked me. And
Oh,
all
he'll
my
get
mis-
right there with you.
Yes, yes, and that's
I
that's
love
the game
him.
changer. Me too.
I love him a lot.
Me too. Me too. With everything that I am, I love Jesus.
Well, tell me about your boys and you now.
My boys and I we're good. We've always had a good relationship. Obviously, I made some terrible decisions as they
Do they know about them?
They did, to the degree that they could understand at their age. But as they got to be the last time, so it'll be 8 years ago next week, I think, that I came back to the Love Lady Center. So definitely 8 years ago, all of them, the youngest would have been 9. So they were all old enough to understand that I had made terrible choices and what they were. But I have watched God work in our relationship in the way that they don't struggle with the same things I do. That the power of Jesus has broken those curses off of my family. So, and they're not perfect. They're all boy, So sometimes I'm just like, what do I do? But they don't struggle with the same things that myself and their dad struggled with because we were willing to put in the work.
And now your mom and dad are proud of you.
They are. They show up. They talk and brag about what we do at the center. They think the world of the Love Lady, and they love it. That's
You know, one thing I have noticed, parents love me.
They do.
Even if they don't understand me, they love me
Oh, no.
because they think that I'm the reason their little kids or their little ladies are turning into ladies. It's not. It's not me, it's the power of Jesus.
But you
It
created
is
a
the
place.
power of Jesus, but you follow what Jesus told you to do.
Well,
And had
yeah.
you not been,
He drugged me. Yeah, I'm not that good. I wasn't just like walking. He was walking in front of me, dragging me, and I'm saying, I really don't think this is going to work, Lord, but I'm going to do it just because you say to.
I thank God every day you did.
me too. You paved the way for something.
So we're having a love fest.
Oh,
Okay, well, let me ask you.
I'm a
Well,
little scared.
how's your relationship with your daughter?
So my relationship with my daughter, I'm gonna say, is good. It's a little testy. I don't know if your mom ever told you, but I know growing up I was told you're gonna reap what you sow, and when you have kids, your kid is gonna be just like you. And Angelica is definitely a mini me. So I'm learning a lot about myself while raising her, but we talk, we have fun together. I mean, it's as good as a relationship between a mom and a daughter could be.
think
I
it's
struggle. I mean, it's not easy. I'm honest with her about my past.
Are you?
I am. She knows why we're at the Love Lady. She understands what the Love Lady does. She understands that Mom made bad decisions while she was out there, and that's why Mom had to come here. And I actually think that it's pretty cool because I came back in 2014 pregnant with her. So her age coincides with my year of sobriety.
So she's never seen a bad. She's never seen.
She's never seen me. She's never seen me high. We did try a couple of times to live out of the center, in some of our grad housing. Not speaking ill of anyone, but I did try to make it work with her dad at one point. And she was there when unfortunately that didn't work and we had to move back into the center. But she hasn't been as exposed as other children may have been exposed, but she understands what we do and why we do.
Have you given up the idea of getting married again?
Well, I'm gonna say probably. I'm focused on me, and well, first foremost, I'm focused on my relationship with Jesus and raising my daughter. And I like to say that Jesus will have to come down and knock me down and pick me up and shake me before.
So you're not looking for love.
I'm not
anymore.
looking for love.
I did have a class that we taught in the beginning, and it was called "Looking for Love in All the Wrong Places." I just have the cutest classes.
Yeah.
And so.
I could have taught that one. I could have taught that one.
Yeah. So what about you?
what about me?
I mean, you live next door to your ex-husband. I've got to ask.
He's got a wonderful girlfriend who I am full supporter of. She's great to my children. We all get along. I am not looking for love there. Not that kind of love.
You're not.
No, we're not. We're not. We are much better people as friends, co-parenting. We co-parent well.
Would you like to get remarried?
I don't know. Right now, I'm just chasing what God has for me. Mm-hmm. So it would have to be something that comes alongside me and is running after the same goals I am, which is everything that God has for my life.
And I also have to ask y'all, do you get tired of the center?
Never.
Never.
I get to
No,
it.
I'm not to you yet. Thank you.
Shh. So is it hard some days? Yes. Is it frustrating? It can be. Can you sometimes feel like you're drowning in it and you're ill-equipped and you don't know how you could possibly help the situation? Absolutely. And that's when God's power
Do you get upset
reminds
with
you.
Melinda?
I really don't. I
What
really
about
don't.
me?
I don't think I've ever gotten upset with you. Until that day you said I had to come do this. I'm just kidding. No, because she and you walk in such wisdom and you're seeking the Lord, and I can respect, even if I'm not sure that I want to do something, if you're following what God says we're going to do, then I'm going to follow along behind that. Because I trust the way you follow the Spirit.
So you trust our judgment?
I completely 100% trust your judgment.
Okay, what about you? You got to get tired of it some because you're always there.
Well, I'm going to say it's frustrating and it's overwhelming.
But now she does
sometimes.
have a room away from everybody.
Well, actually, I do have a room on the 4th floor, but I live with my clients. But I wouldn't have it any other way. Do I get frustrated? Yes. Do I get overwhelmed? Yes. Do I want to just go in my room some days and shut the door and nobody bother me? Absolutely. But I wouldn't change a day of it for nothing, no matter how much I gripe or complain or anything. I would not change a day of my life because I know it's what God has for me.
Yeah. 'Cause
You have to understand when you're in a ministry like Love Lady, you're living and breathing it. It is it's an experience and a way of life.
It
it
is.
is. It is.
If I wasn't at
but
the
it's
center, I don't
also-
think I would know what to do.
It's also beautiful and
It is.
rewarding. And we do something where you see God show up every day.
Every day.
Everybody doesn't get to do that everywhere.
If I had a quote unquote normal
Secular job.
job,
that sounds
secular job,
terrible.
I promise you I'd probably be lost.
I think one of the things that Love Lady does, it provides an excitement.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, we get excited
Yeah.
for each other.
We do.
We do.
It's community and family. It is. It's definitely one of my favorite terms for everybody is fam, because that's who we are. It's by the blood of Jesus. That's who we are. And we go through the hard times together. We go through the good times together, and all the in between. And none of us always get it right. So we lift each other up. We help each other out, and then we bring those behind us.
How do you feel when you lose a client?
It's frustrating on so many levels, and I've lost them to decided to leave the program, and just, I know you're not ready, but you can't force it. One of the things I struggled with to begin with was learning how to let them have their own free will.
You got
Yes.
to let,
Yes.
if they
Yes.
want to leave. That people used to want me to stand in front of cars and stop them. I say no. If they want to leave, all they're going to do is bring down other people.
Right. Right.
I said if God wants them here, they will be back.
And
That's
I don't want
correct.
to ever talk somebody into staying, because if I could talk you into it right now, just because I said the right words, when I'm gone, you're going to leave anyways. I want you committed. And then there's been some dismissals and people that we unfortunately just were not a fit for our program that I've wanted to fight for, and have some, and some, that's worked and some it hasn't because of the wisdom of the leadership, but it's hard to let go. And I'm sure it was the same way for the people watching me when I wasn't ready to get my life right yet. It's hard to just let go and say, okay, Jesus, they are yours. But I have seen the ones that I really thought that left that I thought wouldn't make it thrive after going through what they needed to return to God.
I don't think there's one person at the center there by mistake.
You don't.
No. I think God chooses who to send there.
You do.
I do.
Well, we certainly pray that He does. Yeah. Well, I hate it though I mean,
It's frustrating when they leave.
it is very frustrating, and
It's personal.
my heart breaks when someone leaves the center and they die.
Yes.
I mean, we got funerals on speed dial.
We do.
And I mean, I hate it. I hate it. I'm second guessing. I'll say, could I have done this? Could I have done that? What could I have done different? Maybe I did something. I mean, dying and losing them is the hardest thing. But anyway, time is up.
Glory.
Glory.
I'm just kidding. It wasn't near as bad as I thought. I
wasn't
take
bad.
it back.
You have to admit you
Just
liked
like
it.
everything else in my life, you have led very well and made it much easier than it could have been.
Absolutely.
Gosh, I love y'all, and I'm so
love
glad
you.
you're here today.
It's an honor to get
I'm
to
just
sit here
gonna
with you,
never-
Miss Brenda.
I'm just gonna make sure I never look at you that way you were.
No, please don't. Because
Thank
it's
you.
not who we are. Thank you.